What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn welcoming you back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon news video. Today is going to be a crazy day for Pokemon fans all over the place and on this channel because this is the first time that a trailer has overwhelmed me this much. A Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer just came out in both English and Japanese. I woke up, watched it, took a shower. I didn't even make my breakfast that I normally make, drinking a protein shake instead. And we're gonna jump into what today's topic is going to be. It is going to be the new Pokemon and new forms that have been revealed in this trailer. Normally I cover the whole entire trailer breakdown, but there's just too much content for me to do that in one video. It'll end up being like 40-50 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and split it up for the first time. Hopefully, if you guys are excited for that, don't forget to show some shady love, that thumbs down below, and subscribe if you want to see the rest of the videos because they only get more interesting from here on out. And today we're talking about the new Pokemon and new forms. It's already interesting enough. But after this video, it's crazy. So go ahead and hit subscribe. But let's jump into this already. I wasted enough of your time, a full 50 seconds. Today, the first thing they revealed in the Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer, by the way, which I will link in the description, please check it out yourself if you haven't already, is new Alola forms. So as the trailer described it, some Pokemon are thriving in the Alola region, which is just one of the coolest things that I have to tip my hat to Nintendo, Pokemon, GameFreak, not Nintendo, they're not involved. GameFreak and Pokemon. Incredible. Absolutely incredible decision. I've seen fan games go this route with Delta Pokemon and change original Pokemon, but I never thought that Pokemon would do this themselves. So you know what? Kudos to you guys to picking up on what something that the community's been doing and putting your own spin on it and just saying the Pokemon in the Alola region have been thriving. The first Pokemon they revealed is, okay, so let's talk about the fact that first off, all the Pokemon they revealed are Gen 1 Pokemon. I think this is brilliant because there's so much Pokemon Go hype right now, or there was until they took the steps away. But there's a lot of Pokemon Go discussion going on right now, and a lot of people are playing, they know what Pokemon is, they're familiar with Gen 1 Pokemon. So now they're gonna see these Gen 1 Pokemon looking different. What is that about? Wait, that looks so cool. Let me check this out. Brilliant marketing strategy. My hat tip to you once again. My hat's actually completely off at this point. It's on the ground. I've stepped on it a few times out of excitement. But first Pokemon is Exeggutor. Take a look at this Grass Dragon. It is Grass Dragon. Its new ability is Frisk, but of course we know that it can have multiple abilities. Frisk is good. I personally love it on like the net because it Mega Evolves and gets a better ability, but I think Frisk is just a little bit worse competitively. Just a little bit. Worse than Exeggutor's other ability, Harvest, that you normally see it with. So, Frisk isn't bad, and it can still have hidden abilities, so I'm hoping that it still has Harvest, because look at this thing! It's got a giant neck! Do you see the back of it? Can you see? Look at the design on this Pokemon is out of control. Do you, look at how tall it is in comparison to the opposing Pokemon. It is absolutely insane how tall it is. I love this thing. I've loved Exeggutor since the day I was born. It towers over Dragonite. I love this thing since the day I was born. That's right, 91. Pokemon came out in 96. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Love this thing. Alola form. I just can't get over the fact that they're doing this. It's so awesome. I'm so pumped. Giant neck. Basically looking like a giraffe. So Nips, we're pretty close to another giraffe Pokemon. I hope you're happy. It still has the 3 heads. The heads look a little bit goofier, actually, which I love, and then it has an extra one on its tail. It's such an interesting design and take on it. Of course, Grass Dragon, like Mega Sceptile, 4 times weak to ice. Kind of sucks in that regard, but maybe it'll have some other ability instead. Now, as excited as that got me, talk about kicking off the trailer strong. As excited as that got me, the next thing they revealed, I literally foamed. Like, I might as well have had foam all over my mouth. Vulpix and Ninetails have Alola forms as well. And if you guys, you may not know this if you're on the channel, but Vulpix is actually my favorite Pokemon of all time. It's just got so much nostalgia tied to it. I've always wanted when I was a kid to keep me warm. And now there's an ice form. Now, granted, that's like against one of my biggest reasons for wanting a Vulpix. But the design on these freaking Pokemon are just so cute. And I say these because it's not just Vulpix, it's Ninetales as well. Ability is Snow Cloak for now. Hopefully can have more abilities. Like I said, hidden abilities are great. But like, oh, guys, look at how pretty these Pokemon look. Look at how pretty look at Ninetales. Look at her flowing hair. It's so majestic. What's so interesting is that thriving on the Alola, in the Alola region, means that you go to the, like, you're not fire, you're ice now. Crazy. Such a crazy idea. It's straight up like Delta forms. I love it so much. The design is so cool, and it gives me hope that not only are we going to see new Pokemon, we get to see old Pokemon in a new way. So it's another take on Mega Evolution. And honestly, from a design point, not from a design point, I shouldn't say that because some Megas were designed really well. From like the child in me, I actually, because of the nostalgia tied to the original Pokemon, I appreciate this more. Now, there may be fans out there that appreciate it less because it's like you're tainting the original Pokemon. What are you doing? It's not an ice form, it's fire type. It's not an ice type. But for me, I'm incredibly overwhelmed with joy being able to see like literally my favorite Pokemon, not to mention the next one is actually my favorite ground type, Gen 1 too. But it's got me so excited for this game. Sun and Moon has won. Like I remember X and Y hype, I really do. Sun and Moon has won for me, 100%. I was doubtful about this game, if I was gonna enjoy it, I really was. I cannot see me not enjoy playing this game just because of everything they've been doing. It's just too much. All right, let's keep going. Let's focus, Shady. Focus. People are here for a reason. You're driving them away. They're unsubscribing as you speak. So Vulpix and Ninetails, beautiful. The next pair of Alola form Pokemon are Sandshrew and Sandslash. Look at Sandshrew's little igloo helmet. Look at his head. I love it. Ability Snow Cloak, Ice Steel. So pretty hot garbage typing, if you ask me. Probably one of the worst typings to come out since Bug Psychic. Let's figure this out. It's 4 times weak to fighting, 4 times weak to fire. 2 pretty common competitive typings. It's also weak to, it's not weak to steel, if that makes you feel any better. Also weak to ground. Is that really it? Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. No, ice is weak to a lot more things though. Ice is weak to rock, but you lose your rock weakness because of steel. It's not as bad as I originally thought. Now, something I wanted to touch on, and one of the biggest reasons why I'm making this video is these Pokemon are thriving in their alternate forms. Oftentimes with alternate forms, there's not only a different look and a different ability, but different stats. Something I can point that to, I guess, would be Shaman, the Landers, the Genies. So I'm gonna go ahead and run with that for a little bit. So if there's any chance that this Pokemon is now super defensive, like the defensive that it needed to be. I know ice is one of the worst defensive typings in the game. Steel actually seems to help it out besides the 2 4 times weakness, which is still a pretty big deal. But Sandslash looks ridiculous. Out of control. Now, a shiny Sandslash is one of my favorite shinies of all time. Looks like a Super Saiyan 4. Absolutely love it. I wonder what the shiny is going to look like, and I'm really excited to see what the design is. I'm so pumped. There's just so much about this game that's getting me amped. And with these new forms, the stat buffs can be a thing. And I really hope they are. I really hope they touch Sandshrew. I really hope they touch Vulpix. And I really hope they touch Exeggutor in their new forms to make them really be different. Not just design and ability and typing, but I want them also to have different stats. And Pokemon Company, if you do that, GameFreak, if you can hear me, I don't know what I would do. I would eat a raw egg for you. I really would. Like, if you asked me to, I would. I'm not just gonna do it. I'm already getting egged soon once things settle down. But man, this is going to be the best Pokemon game. So now we've covered Alola forms and my thoughts on them. Please let me know your thoughts on these down in the comment section below. Join the discussion with the Shady people. I love reading your guys' discussions, and I know you guys can make friends down there. It's really, really cool. We have brand new Pokemon as well. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to go over these Pokemon with you guys. And this is why I had to break this down, because I know that I'm first of all, I'm a blabbermouth. Like I can just keep talking. But there's so much in this trailer where we've only discussed Alola forms. We've already been here for like 9 minutes. The new Pokemon that have been revealed are some of them really, really cool. I'm not gonna go exactly in order of the Pokemon the way they were revealed in the trailer, but I'm gonna go in an order that I feel is best. So the first Pokemon I'm gonna discuss is Mudbray, which is going to be the pre-evolution of Mudsdale. So we had seen Mudsdale, I fell in love with it, and we have Mudbray here. It is the donkey Pokemon. So the donkey Pokemon evolves into the draft horse Pokemon. Its abilities are own tempo and stamina, same as Mudsdale. So pre-evolution, design-wise, it's perfect. It looks like a baby Mudsdale. I knew that Mudsdale was going to be a final evolution. I think I said that in the video. I know I said it to Nips because he was 8'2" and over a ton. He was over 2,000 pounds. That's a fully grown Pokemon. It's not really going anywhere. I would have been shocked because that thing is going to have some beastly stats. I thought that, oh yeah, stamina was the new ability. That's right. So we already know about the new ability. Once you get hit, defense increases. I believe that's what stamina was, but we'll confirm right now. Just to be sure, I don't want to give too much misinformation in this video. Increased by 1, defense by 1 when hit by an attack. So it has the same exact ability, Mudbray. Great Pokemon overall. The next Pokemon I want to go over is Minior, or Minior. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's going to be Minior, like Minior, but it's the Meteor Pokemon. It's a rock type, and it's really cool. You guys can see right now, it's all covered in, it just looks like, it looked like a blob. I was like, what are you doing? Is that a smile? Are you trying to smile, Minior? I'm not really sure. You're a meteor. But it has the ability Shield Down. When it gets hit, it changes forms, quote unquote, changes forms to go ahead and basically transform into a new type. You can see that now it has a pink, but then if you see this screenshot, it has actually all different colors. So I'm not sure if the colors dictate a type change, if it's rock type before Shields Down activates, and then when Shields Down, it reflects whatever color it is, or if that's just a variation to make it interesting. Maybe it changes each time, which would be really, really cool, giving some sort of space galactic feel, which makes perfect sense. We needed a meteor Pokemon for Sun and Moon because we're all about the space in this stuff. Really well designed Pokemon, I think, especially when it comes down. It reminds me of Mario Sunshine once the shields are down. Otherwise, it just looks like a meteor, so it really wasn't that hard to design. I'm really hoping this thing it looks like it's going to be another, like, just defensive Pokemon. So who knows? Maybe they'll surprise us when shields go down, its speed is going to go sky high and its special attack is sky high. That would be really, really cool. Really different. The next Pokemon I want to talk about is Fomantis. Fomantis, the sickle grass Pokemon. It is a grass type and it is absolutely adorable. This is a very well designed Pokemon. Its eyes remind me of a Bug's Life, and I can't get around that. So I love this design. We're going to go ahead and read the description of Fomantis. I know I didn't do that for Minior or Mudbray, and normally I like to, but this video is already going long. But this description I wanted to read just because I really like the eyes. That's literally the only reason. Fomantis is nocturnal. See the eyes! And it performs photosynthesis while it sleeps during the day by spreading out its leaves in all directions. Because of the danger of staying in the same location 2 days in a row, Fomantis begins its search for the next day's spot as soon as the sun sets. For Fomantis, photosynthesis is not just a source of energy, it is a necessity to achieve the strength and brilliant coloration of its evolved form. Photosynthesis is precious to Fomantis, and it will fiercely attack those who get in the way of that process. Fomantis excel at a long range attacks like Razor Leaf and Solar Beam. Physical and special. Okay, this is more just like Animal Planet. Solar Beam is indeed a powerful move, but since it uses up that energy that the Pokemon is stored through photosynthesis, Fomantis rarely uses it. So it's intelligent, doesn't want that recharge. And Fomantis, the beautiful coloring that it was talking about, evolves into Lurantis. So Lurantis, every time I see LU, I think of the moon and nighttime, and this thing is nocturnal, so it makes sense. Lurantis is once again the sickle grass Pokemon, pure grass type. Lurantis draws opponents near to itself with its flower-like appearance and aroma, and then it takes them down. It's said to be the most gorgeous of all grass Pokemon due to its brilliant coloration and elegant moves. I wonder what its shiny gonna look like. Lurantis' appearance is maintained through detailed grooming. It will trust a trainer who does a good job of caring for it, but it will apparently have a difficult time growing closer to a lazy trainer. So nothing too crazy, but something they do show in the trailer, I believe, I could be mistaken, but I don't think that I am. They do show in the trailer a new move called Solar Blade. So you guys can take a look at what this looks like. It literally just looks like exactly how it sounds. It looks like a giant blade. It kind of looks like it's at a battle network, like Mega Man Battle Network. That's what it reminds me of. But giant blade of the sun, of the leaf, solar, right on top of Nose Pass. Like, it looks ridiculous. I'm not sure if it's gonna be physical or special, or if it's just gonna use the higher stat because it's solar, like Solar Beam special, blade physical. I'm not really sure, but it's cool to see that they're adding new moves as well. I don't think that'll have a recharge because they specifically say that it doesn't like to use Solar Beam because it has a recharge. So instead, Lurantis knows this brand new move that maybe has the same base power with no recharge. That would be broken. Maybe a little bit less strong. But that is Lurantis. The next new Pokemon that they revealed, let's go over Gumshoos. Now, Gumshoos is Young Goose's evolved form, and I think the Pokemon Company dropped the ball a tiny bit here, just on the name. So Young Goose was by far one of the best names ever to come out of any Pokemon game of all time, period. It's not a debatable like opinion, it's a fact. Young Goose, beautiful. It is debatable opinion, obviously. It's my opinion that it's the best name. Next to Pikipek. Yeah, but Gumshoos, like, what is Gumshoos? Let's read about Gumshoos. Gumshoos' method of targeting is Gumshoos' method of targeting prey is the exact opposite of Young Goose's strategy. While Young Goose prowls around, Gumshoos takes out its prey What did they mess up here? Usually routes and waits patiently for it to come by. Gumshoos has a tenacious personality. Wow, this thing is butchered. But when the sun goes down, it's actually me that's butchered. This is fine. But when the sun goes down, it runs low on stamina, falling asleep right on the spot. Gumshoos can withstand a great deal of hunger. It's able to stay perfectly still while waiting for its prey, keeping watch without eating a thing. So design-wise, it's great. It looks like Young Goose's evolution. I can't really get mad at that. It is definitely Young Goose's evolution, but I think Young Goose just kind of stole the stage. I kind of like how he looks like Wise. He looks like he's from Naruto. He keeps his arms behind his back. Really, really cool. Perfectly well-designed Pokemon. I just don't like the name Gumshoos. I'm just not a huge fan. I think of gum on my shoes, so Gumshoos. Maybe it's Gumshoos instead of Young Goose, Mongoose, Gumshoos. Gumshoos sounds a little bit better, and that's probably what it is. So, all right, Pokemon Company, you're fine. But it's young. You set the bar so high with Young Goose. You really did. The final Pokemon we're gonna go over, the final one revealed in this trailer, even though it was early on, is Oricorio. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. Oricorio, or maybe I am. But it is a bird. It is a dancing Pokemon, and it is a flying type Pokemon. It is a bird, as you guys can see. But look at all of these. Look at all those. There's so many forms. So it's really interesting. There's a fire flying, an electric flying, ghost flying, and psychic flying. One to represent each island. Now, does this mean that those types are going to be the types of our islands? So we already know that the electric guardian of the Melee, is it Melee Island? I'm not sure. There's the electric fairy Tapu Koko, who guards Melee Island. Now, there's an electric flying bird type Pokemon. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that the other 4 islands are going to be fire, ghost, and psychic, which is pretty cool because they're different. They're not the typing that everyone thought. Everyone thought it was gonna be fire, electric, grass, and water. Everyone thought that. But these birds dictate that no, the guardian Pokemon are going to be electric, fairy, ghost, psychic. Electric, fire, ghost, psychic. So we're gonna have a fire fairy type, a ghost fairy type, and a psychic fairy type. I believe that very heavily because this Pokemon kind of points to that. They could do something crazy and not have that, but if these Pokemon are supposed to represent each island, let's read this. Oricorio changes its form by sipping the nectar of certain flowers. That's awesome. Since it has 4 different forms, the same as the number of islands in Alola, it would seem that different Oricorio live on each of the islands. The Bale style of Oricorio is very passionate and power fills its body when it dances. It sends down fluff flying during its intense dances. By igniting this fluff, it can unleash a fiery dance attack. The Pom-Pom style Oricorio is very friendly towards people, and it uses dancing to encourage trainers who are feeling glum. When it dances, its feathers are charged with static electricity. It can attack with these charged feathers, and sometimes it unleashes a powerful electric shock. The POW style Oricorio acts at its own pace, which sometimes makes it difficult to deal with. It's sharpened its spirited moves through dance, which increase its psychic power. It's said that this dance expresses its gratitude to the guardian deity Pokemon. Whoa, okay, which is gonna be a psychic type. The Senyu style Oricorio is quiet and collected. By means of its dance, it gathers the spirits drifting about in an area and borrows their power to fight. This is the ghost type. People who migrated from Kanto feel a great liking for this Pokemon because its dance reminds them of their homeland. Super interesting dex entries for sure. What's really cool about this Pokemon, it has the ability Dancer, and what Dancer does, it copies any dancing moves that are used on the field, which is insane. Because even if this Pokemon is quote unquote bad, like you can use a move, your opponent can use Swords Dance, and you will immediately copy that move. That is nuts. That is a crazy ability, and put in the right Pokemon, it can be extremely broken. You can copy Quiver Dance, Swords Dance. Those might be the only 2 dancing moves that Dragon Dance. Woo! That is insane. So really cool move. Another really awesome ability by the Pokemon Company, by GameFreak Design. But I think we've covered all the new Pokemon now. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comment section down below. And like I said, we're gonna have 2 more videos up today. We're gonna be discussing the new mechanic Z moves, and also the fact that there is no gyms. There are no gyms in the Alola region. What does that mean for the future of Pokemon? If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to show some shady love, that thumbs down below. Join the discussion in the comment section. I love you so much, but I'm gonna get the hashtag out of here. Have yourselves a good day, but above all else, keep it shady.